Hi and welcome to the masterclass of Ben Qigong. This is movement 9, the Heavenly Archer, the final movement. The Heavenly Archer essentially releases all of what you have unblocked through the previous 8 movements and your warm-up and lets it go. And once it's gone, it's gone. Now the Heavenly Archer is a beautiful movement. Let me show you, and then I'll break it down and we'll do it together. And there it is. So it starts off with a collecting. It's almost like you're gathering everything you want to get rid of. Now with everything in Qigong, it's done in circular, wave-like, ripple-like movements. So as we circle, the arms out in front of us, make sure the shoulders don't rise up. Let's do this together. So the hands come down either side of the body. Circle using the backs of your wrists out in front of you without locking your elbows, and just come in. Let's just do a few circles. Down, circle, towards you, down, circle, towards you, down, circle. Excellent. So once we've got this circular movement going on, we're going to do something with the hands. On one hand, we create what we call a sword hand, and the sword hand is where we put the index finger and the middle finger together, and the ring finger, little finger, and the thumb together. So it looks like this. The other hand is like you're grabbing a mug, okay? And you want space for the handle. If you can see that space, we want space for the handle. So this hand is going to be holding on to the string of the bow. So now I'm going to create my circles. Now with one hand, create your sword hand. So that's 2 fingers, index finger, middle finger together. Your other 2 fingers and your thumb connect, and the other hand holds on to the mug. So this is where you should be with that movement. So we circle, sword hand, one hand, holding the mug with the other hand. Now draw those 2 hands towards you, okay, into the center of your chest. Let's do that again. Circle out, sword hand, mug hand, draw towards you. Good. Open up your hands, draw out. Let's do that again. Sword hand, mug hand. Once more. Circle. Good. Let's do that again. Now the other hand becomes the sword hand, the other hand becomes the mug hand. Once more. Good. So practice that little bit, and it's handy to also turn your hand from sword hand to open hand to sword hand, open hand to sword hand, open hand to sword hand, and do that with both hands. You can do it whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil. You can do that whilst you're watching your favourite TV programme or at the bus stop, although you might get a few funny looks there. Now ideally you want the fingers, the sword fingers, to be attached together, and sometimes what happens in your less dominant hand, they start to get a little bit funny. Try and bring them together. Excuse the noise in the background, I've got some pheasants having some fun. Okay, so they're your sword hands. Okay, so worthwhile practicing those just as a standalone. So this is called the heavenly archer. So picture an archer that draws a bow to release an arrow. Now, of course, we haven't got a physical arrow to release. We haven't even got a physical bow. The arrow is essentially when we release all of the gunk and junk, as I call it, that we don't want anymore. That's what goes with the arrow. That is the arrow. The hands create the physical posture in order for the arrow to be released. So picture that for a moment, and we'll do this together. Super slow. Circle out your arms. One hand, sword hand, other hand, the mug hand. Bring them close to you, but not touching the body. Now, extend and expand both hands together. The elbow of the mug hand, the hand that's holding the string of the bow, goes outwards. And the other hand travels a little bit quicker. And you turn your hand outwards so the palm is away from you. And the back of your hand is therefore pointing to you. Ideally, your fingers, your sword fingers, are pointing up to the sky. It's really important that you get your palm away from you. That's where we expel the stagnant chi from the center of your palm. The bow hand that comes back doesn't go back here. So this hand doesn't go past your shoulder. So what this does, it creates an opening across your chest. Let's do that again. Circle in front of you. Same sword hand, same mug hand, draw close. Open up your bow, look in the direction of your sword hand, turn your sword hand so it faces away from you. Excellent. Now open up your hands and go straight back in for a circle out in front. Now the other hand becomes a sword hand. Other hand's the mug hand, the string hand. Bring it close. Separate, open up your bow, look in the other direction, turn your palm away from you, draw the bow, feel it across your chest and just gently release, open up your hand, circle out in front of you. Other hand, sword hand. And let's do this a few times together. Continue, alternate sword hand. So again, this is worthwhile practicing some time just to get used to this movement. And what we're looking for is for your sword hand to be extended, remember, without locking your elbow, and for your string hand to be extended back, and they arrive together. So essentially your sword hand has got further to travel outwards than this hand has got to go here. So this is going to have to travel a little bit faster than this one. Start from the beginning. Circle. Sword hand, doesn't matter which hand. open the bow, look in the direction, turn your palm, and now from here, use your, almost like you're flicking your hands open in that direction. So from your sword hand goes into an open hand, and so does the other hand. So it's almost like you've just got rid of. And then go back, forward. Other hand, sword hand. Come back, look, open your bow, open your hands, and it's quite a quick opening of the hands. Forward. Other side. And let the movement blend in. And then you'll soon get a feeling that this opening of your hands is the release of all the stuff you've just unlocked, unblocked, and want to get rid of. Excellent. Well done. So just before we practice that again with the breathing, the intention of that movement is just as important as the movement itself. The intention is that you are getting rid of. Don't use force and too much will. Don't be too willful or forceful. Those two things will actually create more tension and stress and blockages, and you'll undo everything you've just done. So when you're releasing, let your purposeful will, gentle focus, gentle intention go with that arrow. Because as you've noticed, we do this several times. And we just gently want to get rid of, rather than grabbing everything and throwing it at once. It's gently releasing and letting go. And it's a far more manageable way which will last a lot longer than trying to get rid of everything. Let's do this together with the breathing and the intention. Let's get into the movement first. One hand, sword hand. Gentle intention. Lovely. Other side. Okay, now breathe in, 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 and now exhale. Breathe in, out. Now you'll hear me through the microphone that I actually emphasize the exhale through my nose. Once more, breathe in, and out. And there you have the Heavenly Archer. It's a wonderful set, and it's a set that really is close to my heart, and it's probably the set that I would call my best friend. I'm going to show you the full set, the full form in the video after this one, so you can see the sequence all the way through. These videos are there for you to go backwards and forwards as often as you like. If you forget something, go back, have a look. That's why I've broken them down into individual videos, and we'll also be practicing in the live classes as well. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please feedback, it's really important to me. Take care of yourselves. Happy practice. Bye bye.